Yeah, ma. He already been getting on my nerves, but he home now. And the kids gone.
I got 2 nuggets in the box. That's why I got 2 nuggets in the box.
There should be more than 2 nuggets in the box for you. What you say, Mom? Hmm? Hello, 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 and hello. Hey, you guys. All right. Well, look, y'all know I just basically came in the house because, somebody was wanting my attention. And I just gave her like 8 minutes. I gave her like 8 minutes of my time. That'll probably be it for right now. If I have enough energy, I'll come for her again. All right. That wasn't even a come for her because I really couldn't say what I wanted to say because I had my youngin in the car with me. So I ain't trying to get nobody no reason to do no fake shit, no phony shit. You know what I mean? So it's a minimum. So hello to everybody who's in the building. Let me go ahead and check my sound. Let me go ahead and make sure that everything is okay. All right, let me see. Well, Chastity, the only thing is you can't take something away from somebody who don't know have. You want to say it again? You can't take away something that they don't know that I have. Because to my knowledge, I ain't got shit. I'm just saying. And by law, I am entitled to, or I have to make sure that things are reported stolen, lost and stolen. The little blank. I'm just saying. Well, let me take this off for a minute because I want to go ahead and talk to you guys. I decided to want to go ahead and do a panel. And let me tell you the reason why I decided to come and do a panel. Because I heard at least 4 different people out of 4 different sectors go live and argue about somebody had something to say about them voting. Now, I got something to say about it. Y'all ready to hear what I got to say? And then after I say what I got to say, I want to see what you guys are going to think, or what you guys think about it and how you feel. But before we even go into that, now we're going to do a few things before we get into that. The first thing that we're going to do right now live is go and check what the prediction or what the predicted numbers is. All right. I'm going to go and I'm going to look on CNN. That's where I like to get my source from with stuff like that. And then I'm going to show you guys on the screen where we are technically. You know how they estimate or guesstimate. I'm going to show you guys where we are with that. Once I do that, then we'll talk about it for a few minutes. And then I'm going to break down how the election works for presidents. Number 1. Number 2, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but when Trump went into office the last 4 years ago, when him and Hillary did the election, Hillary had 3 to 4,000, no, back up, 3 to 4 million votes more than Trump. Let me repeat it again. What's the 2020? In the 2016 election, where the two candidates were Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Everything did all the good stuff. Hillary Clinton had 3 to 5 million more votes than Trump. So how in any possible shape, form, or fashion did Trump win over Hillary if our votes counted? Now, I want somebody to answer that question for me. It's 16 of y'all in here. I want y'all to answer that question. How is it that Hillary Clinton had 3 to 5 million more votes than Trump, but Trump still won the election? We're going to talk about that because that is what I want to talk about. Okay. That is what I wanted to talk about. That's one of the reasons why I did not vote today. All right. So let me go in and let me take a look. Let me say hi to everybody. Hello, Andrea. Chastity, Georgia girl. Miss Hot Pink. Come on, y'all. Come on in. Aaron. Come on. I don't want to miss nobody. Hold on. Miss Lady T. Dixon. Bink Bink. Terry. Go ahead, Terry. Terry said Trump 2020. Miss Connor. All right. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, please, number one, make sure that you hit that like button. And then number two, make sure if you want me to say hey, drop down in the comments and just say hey. All are welcome. All right. All are welcome. All right. So now that I did that, let me go ahead and get my disclosure, my fair use disclosure out the way for a minute. And let me put the picture up. No, I'll put the picture up later. Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Via YouTube, anything that is also reused under the Creative Commons section is 100% allowed via YouTube. The screen to stop buffering. Once they stop buffering, then we're going to check, and I can actually probably check on my phone. Let me see, just in case. The screen stop buffering. Once they stop buffering, then we're going to check, and I can actually probably check on my phone. Let me see, just in case. The screen stop buffering. Once they stop buffering, then we're going to check, and I can actually probably check on my phone. All right, hold on. Just in case. All right, hold on.
Responsibility you have, and I think for a lot of us on this call,
all right, hold on, let me see.
Turned out, so 3.1 million just in absentees alone. Some strong numbers out of this state. Allison.
Indeed. Dasha Burns in Grand Rapids. Thanks, friend.
All right, so currently what they're doing is they are literally, and let me just make sure, they are literally beginning to do the countdown. One of the other things that they are doing as well is basically letting everyone know that it's over 5 million absentee votes that are still out. All right, y'all. So let me see something here. I need to know what's an update. I want to see some numbers on the board. Okay, hold on, y'all.
Influence peddling, money laundering, buying off our political class, deep in bed with Wall Street, deep in bed with the university.
All right. Okay. So,
if you watch the news during the president.
All right. So because I can't find what I need to find right away. So we'll come back to that part. But in the meantime, let me go what I was explaining to you guys why Trump still won the election. All right. It's called the Electoral College. The Electoral College. All right. So we're going to take a look at the article. All right. All right, I'm going to share it. And then after that, we're going to discuss it, okay? After I share this, we're going to discuss the Electoral College. All right. The Electoral College explained. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Ugh. God damn. All right. The Electoral College explained. Is the Electoral College not the national popular vote that determine who wins the presidency? That is the reason why back in 2016, a man by the name of Donald Trump won the United States presidency over candidate Hillary Clinton. It took place because he won the Electoral College. he received the electoral votes. Popular votes don't mean a goddamn thing for the presidency or when they are called into office. God damn it, my whole book just fell. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get paper so I can write stuff down. And I'm going to read to you how it's set up. Again, once again, this is our Constitution. This is how our Constitution operates. Do I agree with it? With that? No, I do not. I absolutely do not agree with the way how the Electoral College functions. I think that it's a slap in the face to us Americans, especially if everyone wants to put or push the narrative that your vote counts. Because if your vote counts, at least I know for the presidency, then Hillary Clinton should be right now running against someone else in the White House. Can you go and get my free punch, please? And hold it with both hands.
I was about to go on the bed
I know, but I want you to go do what I just asked. It takes 2 seconds. Thank you. Appreciate that, brother. All right, so let's go ahead and read what this is. I'm done with moving around. It remains one of the most surprising facts surprising facts about voting in the United States. While the popular vote elects members of Congress, mayors, governors, state legislators, and even more obscure local officials, it does not determine the winner of the presidency, the highest office in the land. Okay? So that is basically what I was trying to say in a sense. So if anyone states that they aren't...
I fell.
Shut the door, babe.
I fell, Mommy.
You ain't fall. You still walking there. Shut the door, Carter. Thank you. So if anyone asks me, well, Brooke, why don't you vote? Voting is very important. Our ancestors died for this. Our ancestors went and did a lot of things and voted and tried to get us these rights to vote as African Americans here in the United States of America, right? And our ancestors did this, and this is your right as a citizen, and blah, 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 and yada, 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 and rah, 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 right? Okay, granted, I can understand that. And as I stated before, I pick and choose when I want to vote. When we are trying to establish a mayor, a governor, a city official, a member of Congress, a state legislator, your vote counts. Why is it that your vote doesn't count for the presidency? Let's continue. That important decision ultimately falls to the Electoral College. When Americans cast their ballots, they are actually voting for a slate of electors appointed by their state's political parties who are pledged to support that party's candidate. Do you want me to read it again? So we can explain to you what the Electoral College is and what its purpose and where your vote goes to. Okay? That important decision ultimately falls to the Electoral College. When Americans cast their ballots, meaning when you vote, you are actually voting for a slate of electors. Okay? A slate of electors appointed by their state's political parties who are pledged to support the party's candidate. So in layman's terms, basically, our votes goes towards individuals who are being appointed by the political party. Now, some of them do, some of them don't. But what I find funny is, let's just say Maryland, prime example. We are a Democratic state if you think about it, because our mayors rotate Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. And for our just new, well, he's not new, but the governor who was in, Governor Larry Hogan, he was appointed to office, and he had been the first Republican in a long time. Not the first overall, but it had been a long time since a Republican had run the state of Maryland. Usually it's them. This is a Democratic state. All right. So that means, let's just say for Maryland, we have 10 electoral votes. We have 10 people who will have to vote for the presidency. Okay. With the 10 people, our votes is voting to select 10 people, preferably the party's state. Meaning, if we are predominantly Democrat, then that means the people who are being voted, the electors, are going to possibly vote Democrat. To me, I don't think that is fair. If you want to look at it, how everybody is making voting so important. It's very important, right? It's very important to vote. It's very important to go out and give your opinion. Our ancestors died for that. It's a very, very, very strong movement that everyone who has the ability to vote should do, right? Why is the highest position of the land, which is the presidency, isn't determined by our actual votes? I don't agree with that. Let's continue. This leads to an intense focus on key battleground states as candidates look to boost their electoral advantage by targeting states that can help them reach the 270 votes of the total 538 that is up for grabs. The Electoral College inspires many what-if scenarios, some of them more likely than others. So let's take a look. I just gave you guys this example. So here it is in the flesh on paper. I didn't even realize it. I realized it now because I just now seen it, but I've already told y'all that before I brought this article up. Can a president lose the popular vote but still win the election? What did it say? I remember that shit. I'm going to tell you why I remember it. I remember it because I felt like the shit wasn't fair. I felt like everybody makes a big deal about voting. We out here standing in line, doing whatever for the vote not to matter. Yes, that is what happened in 2016. Although Hillary Clinton, as I stated, won the national popular vote by almost 3 million votes, Donald Trump garnered almost 57% of the electoral votes, which was enough to win the presidency. What did I tell you? I told y'all anywhere between 3 to 5 million. That she won. That means you and I, when we went out to go vote, I voted for Hillary. Other people voted for Hillary. Hillary won that presidency, okay? I'm just saying. The same thing happened in 2000. Although Al Gore won the popular vote, of course, George William Bush earned more electoral votes after a contestant Florida recount and a Supreme Court decision. I remember that too. I do remember that because when it happened, it was chaos and confusion before he can even took office. I remember that. In 1888, Benjamin Harris defeated the incumbent president, Grover Cleveland, in the Electoral College, despite losing the popular vote. Cleveland ran again 4 years. Cleveland ran again 4 years later and won back the White House. Other presidents who lost the popular vote but won the presidency, including John Quincy Adams and Rutherford B. Haynes in the election of 1824 and 1876. The House of Representatives picked Adams over Andrew Jackson, who won the popular vote, but only a plurality of the Electoral College. A special commission named by the House chose Hayes over Samuel Jackson Tilden after 20 electoral votes in Florida, Louisiana, and South Carolina were disputed. The Electoral College has always awarded the presidency to the candidate with a plurality of the popular vote under 50% in a number of cases, notable Abraham Lincoln in 1860, John F. Kennedy in 1960, and Bill Clinton both in 1992 and 1996. So let's see. The Electoral College has always awarded the presidency to the candidate with a plurality of the popular vote. All right. So this is basically asking questions. So let's take a look. Let's go here. Let's just say tonight, everything come in and it's deemed a tie. What happens in a tie? Because there is now an even number of electoral votes, a tie is feasible. If that happens in the Electoral College, then the decision to the newly seated House of Representatives with each state voting as a unit. Now, I would disagree with that. I feel like if a tie was to take place, then I think that the popular vote should make the determination. It would only make sense, because why is it that everybody is pushing, you need to go vote, you need to go vote, you need to go vote? If we vote or not, the electoral colleges are already there. We're not voting for the president. We're voting for the electoral colleges. We're voting for our mayors and our governors, not for the president. The presidency is done by a whole nother avenue of becoming the president. So if a tie was to happen, then I think the next course of action would be to look at the popular votes. That's not what's stating here, but let's continue. Although it's not detailed in the Constitution, each state delegation would vote on which candidate to support as a group, with the popularity carrying the day, said Elkhill Reed Amar, a professor of law and political science at Yale University. If there is a tie vote in a state's delegation, the state's vote would not count. A presidential candidate needs at least 26 votes to win. Currently, Republicans control 26 state delegations, while the Democrats control 22. Pennsylvania is tied between Republican and Democratic representatives, and Michigan has 7 Democrats and 6 Republicans and 1 independent. That could all change on November the 3rd, of course, because of all House seats are up for election. All right. The decision on vice president goes to the newly elected Senate, with each senator casting a vote. Ultimately, any disputes about the procedure could land everything in the Supreme Court. Next question. What if the electors break their plea? All right. So basically, I think I'm correct of what I'm about to say, but if I'm not, don't charge it to me. All right. What that question basically means is, let's say the state of Pennsylvania has 25 electoral votes, and you may have, and that's a Republican state, but for some reason or another, they don't want to vote Republican. They want to vote Democrat. So instead of them voting for their people, they would vote the opposite way. Then that would be considered electors breaking their pledge. Let's continue. People call them faithless electors. And in 2016, 7 electors, which was 5 Democrats and 2 Republicans, broke their promise to vote for their party's nominee. See, I just told y'all that. The most ever in history. They voted for a variety of candidates not on the ballot. Bernie Sanders, Colin Powell, and Ron Paul, among others. It did not change the outcome, though. Whether electors should be able to change their positions have been heavily debated, so much that the Supreme Court unanimously ruled in July that states may require electors to abide by their promise to support a specific candidate. Now, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit, man. There's a lot of bullshit around this presidency. It's seeming kind of prejudiced. I'm just saying, because if you listen to what they're saying, that they're trying to create some kind of addendum or amendment. They're trying to create some kind of agreement so that if your state is a Republican state, that means all your electoral people have to vote Republican regardless of however they feel, which, number one, that violates our Constitution rights. You can't do that. Vote for that person. That seems to be more of a like if they try to do that, they're going to try to find a loophole some kind of way. But that's crazy. They'll do as promised if the candidates do a very good job vetting them and picking people who are solid rock. And that comes from directly Professor Ahmad. All right, so let's see. Three-party states. 33 states and the District of Columbia have laws that require electors to vote for their pledged candidate. Some states replace electors and cancel their votes if they break their plea. I didn't know that. Wow. That's interesting, you guys. Let me read again. 33 states and the District of Columbia have laws that do require electors to vote for their plead candidate. Some states replace electors and cancel their votes if they break their their pledge, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. That's interesting. I'm glad I know that now. Certain penalties exist in other states. In New Mexico, electors can be charged with a felony if they abandon their plea. And in Oklahoma, a faithless elector could face a misdemeanor charge. Wow, I did not know that. That's crazy. All right, so the next question says, how did this system evolve? You know what? Let me read that. I'm going to read this because I want to know. And I do want to know. Let me try to understand. And anybody else who want to know, thank y'all for hanging around. I cannot see any comments. Carter has the phone. And I don't know. I don't even know where my personal phone is. I mean, my business phone. I don't know where it is. I have to find it. But let me go ahead and read how this Electoral College works. The Electoral College was born at the 1787 Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The nation's founders hoped to quell the formation of powerful faction, and political parties, and they wanted a mechanism that did not rely solely on popular majorities or Congress. Despite the name, it is not a college in the modern educational sense, but refers to a collegium or group of colleagues. The system had some unusual results from the start, as evident in the election of the 1800, a tie in which Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr received an equal number of electoral votes. Congress broke the tie, and Jefferson became president, and Burr became vice president. Under the ratification of the 12th Amendment in 1804, the candidate with the second highest number of electoral votes becomes the vice president. Today, electors meet in their respective states on the first Monday after the second Wednesday of December through December the 14th to cast secret ballots for president and vice president, with the candidates who receive a majority of votes be elected. Electors are chosen every 4 years in the months leading up to Election Day by their respective states' political parties. Processes vary from state to state, with some choosing electors during state Republican and Democratic conventions. Some states list electors' name on the general election ballot. The process of choosing electors can be an insider's game, said Kimberly Weil, a professor at the University of Baltimore and the author of What You Need to Know About Voting and Why. They are often state legislators, party leaders, or donors, she said. So we already know the question of how many electoral votes is needed in order for the president to win. I will go over them if you don't remember as a refresher. The important number is 270. A total of 538 electoral votes are in play across all 50 states and Washington, D.C., which is the District of Columbia. The total number of electoral votes assigned to each state varies depending on the population, but every state has at least 3. And the District of Columbia has had 3 electors since 1961. Are all states winner take all? That's the question. Most are. And if it helps to think of voting on a state-by-state basis, says Professor Ahmad, it's just like in tennis, he said. It's how many sets you win and not how many games or points you win. You have to win the set. And in our system, you have to win the state. There are 2 exceptions. The 2 exceptions are Maine and Nebraska, which rely on the congressional district to divvy up electoral votes. The winner of the state's popular vote gets 2 electoral votes, and the 1 vote is awarded to the winner of the popular vote in every congressional district. There are arguments that the states with smaller population are overrepresented in the Electoral College because every state gets at least 3 electors regardless of population. In a short example, sparsely populated Wyoming has 3 votes and a population of about 580,000. Now that's crazy because in the city of Baltimore, at one point in time, some years ago, we were at almost 700 to 800,000 people who lived in the city, not total Maryland, but just alone in the city. So for a state that is a good sized state like Wyoming to only have 580,000 people, that is not a lot of people at all. Giving its individual voters far more clout in the election than their millions of counterparts in densely populated states like Florida, California, and New York. And the American citizens who live in these territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands are not represented by electors. When you talk about the Electoral College shaping the election, it shapes the election all the time because it puts the focus on certain states and not others. So somebody did ask the question, will the system ever change? That's a good question. Let me take a sip. For years, there have been debates about abolishing the Electoral College entirely. With the 2016 election bringing the debate back to the surface, it was even a talking point among the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates. I think they should come. I think they need to come to the table, and I think that they need to come to the table and do something different. The idea has public support, but faces a partisan divide since Republicans currently benefit from the electoral clout of less populous rural states. Gallup reports that 61% of Americans support abolishing the Electoral College in favor of the popular vote. I am one of them. So let me write that question down because we're going to ask that question. All right. That's one of the questions that I want to know. Do you think that let me see, hold on one second. All right, I got it. However, that support diverges widely based on political parties, with support from 89% of Democrats and only 23% of Republicans. One route would be a constitutional amendment, which would require 2/3 approval from both the House and Senate and the ratification by the states, or a constitutional convention called by 2/3 of the state's legislators. Some hope to reduce the Electoral College's importance without an amendment. 15 states and the District of Columbia, which together controls 196 electoral votes, have signed on to an interstate compact in which they pledge to grant their votes to the winner of the national popular vote. Did y'all just hear that? I'm reading again. The hope to reduce the Electoral College's importance without an amendment. 15 states and the District of Columbia, which together controls 169 electoral votes, have signed on to an interstate compact in which they pledge to grant their votes to the winner of the national popular vote. Here's my question. When was this thought about? Because if 196 votes automatically goes to the popular vote, and if this was in place at the time that Hillary ran against Trump, why didn't Because she could have won that. 196. She only needed what? 74 more? That's crazy. Let me finish. The local laws would only take effect once the compact has enough states to total 270 votes. Lastly, an election-related case could find its way to the Supreme Court, which would lend greater importance to the judicial makeup of the court. It only takes 5 people with life tenure to actually amend this Constitution through a judicial opinion, she said. All right, so I think everybody, for the most part, got y'all got the gist of how the Electoral College works. Let me see if today's poll is up here. He is loud. All right, so it looks like it's some. Let me see. The upshot on today's polls, analysis of the day in polls from now until election day. All right, let me see what this says. Because people are about to start. They're about to stop, I mean. I see a lot of Biden names. I see some Trumps too. Let me go and let me see if I can find a real poll. All right, let's see where we at. Okay. So there's the map. Okay, so nothing has been put in yet. All right. Nothing has been put on yet. All right. So the first set of, let me click on this. 7 o'clock looks to be the first set of numbers that'll start coming in around 7. Yeah. It's around 7. I'm looking at all of the dates and times now. Yep, 7. Okay. All right, hold on, y'all. Carter is seated out. All right, so it looks like the latest is 7. 7 o'clock is when we will start to hear anything. 7 o'clock is when we'll start hearing anything. Hey, everybody. All right, I hope I didn't bore y'all. Well, I'm going to try to catch up. Okay, good. Okay. Everybody's back. Okay. All right, so how do y'all feel about this? I mean, first of all, put a 1 in the chat if you voted. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't vote. Put a 1 in the chat if you voted. Put a 2 in the chat if you didn't vote. Let me see, because I'm going to. The Electoral College. All right, so we got one. Shit, what was the one? Oh, you voted. Okay, so good. Okay, so Love Yourself voted. You got one. Hey, Carter! Hold on. All right, my bad, y'all. I had to get them to close. Him and my husband out there playing and shit. But don't tell my brother, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all why I ain't vote. Number one, I just didn't feel like it. I'm not even gonna give no other excuses. I didn't feel like voting. I'm not gonna say that I don't care less. I do care, but shit, I mean, I don't really care. I'm just being honest. I really don't care at this point. So I didn't even chance it, so don't feel bad. So don't feel bad, because I ain't feeling bad. I know, right? I ain't feeling love. I feel like I need to go take me a little nap. I was working on our logo, y'all, and I wanted to see if y'all like this logo. I might as well show y'all why I'm on here. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Woo. Let me see where we at. All right, so we almost an hour in. The election is basically, the countdown is going to start around 7. So I would say by 7:15 or 7:30, that is when the numbers are going to start for some states. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I don't think anyone is longer than 10. 2 voting ain't changing anything. I'm in the matrix. Okay, Willie. And that's the thing for me, because I just went over the Electoral College. So for me, and this is again just for me, okay? I don't think that there is really anything that I per se would benefit depending on whomever I vote for. It doesn't really matter to me. But I did support Biden and Harris. I did support them. I need to find my where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? So I know, and politics can be boring too, y'all. I ain't even on front. Politics can be boring like shit. I ain't front. All right, where my phone at? Because I'm damn sure not going back in that car. And if that phone is in that car, guess where it's going to stay? Right in that car. Ooh. But I did treat myself to 2 perfumes. Thanks to all of my people, all my dream team members, all of my MVPs. I did buy me some perfume, y'all. I can show y'all what I bought. Or I can tell y'all even I bought, what's this? Beyonce Heat. Oh, didn't I tell you I'm about to start selling perfume? I'm about to start selling perfume too on a website. And this is exactly right when I'm getting ready to start working on my website. Oh, let me see. This smells good. I got it. See me. Oh, that smells good. That Beyonce Heat smells good. Woo. Yes. It's old, but it still smells good. And what I got? I got the Britney Spears. I had both of the. I like both of the Britney Spears, but I like the Fantasy better. fantasy is dead. I'm gonna show y'all. I have my collection of perfume is sick. I can say that was my husband's right there. Like he was the one who put me on with, and my husband was the one who put me on with perfume. When we had first met, he was like, "You a grown ass woman, you don't wear perfume." I was like, "No," because I never seen what the relevance was to spend all this money on perfume. But as I got older, he would buy my perfume because he's a cologne freak. He liked to smell good, and he was the first one that bought me all these like colognes and stuff. And now, I mean not colognes, perfume. And now I can't stop. Like he'll come in and get me some perfume. Oh, bitch. Yes. That smells good like my Viva La Bam. My Viva La Bam. That smells good like the Viva La Bam. Like my Viva La Bam. All right. I got to put them on my shelf, which is my, what's the name shelf? My perfume shelf. I got so many perfumes. I'll share it with y'all one day. But just know that I have a big shelf, and in that shelf, it's like a little glass container thing, and I got how many? I got at least 20 bottles of perfume, and now that just added 22. So I guess Tracy or whoever she spelled her name decided she didn't want to come up and say anything. She ain't gonna say nothing. She's a stalker. Boop. Tracy is a stalker. She's a stalker, girl. She ain't gonna come up. She sit in the bushes and watch, baby. Sit in the goddamn bushes and watch. She be all over here. Some. For the last 3 days, I've been begging for cash apps for my birthday. Girl, sit your dumb ass down. You sound so fucking stupid. Just be like, that's why I don't like people. Because of her. She is one of the reasons why I don't like people. Girl, go sit your stupid ass down somewhere. You worrying about the wrong shit, bitch. You should be worrying about how the fact that Sir King came and knocked your motherfucking ass out the box on your late night shit, bitch. That's what you should be talking about and trying to figure out what your next move is, whore. Instead of trying to dock Sir King because he shit on you. When I say he shit on her, Yes, he did. Big time. And I don't even think he meant it. He didn't even mean to do it. Sir King is the new king of the late night. She over there running her damn mouth. Shut up, Tracy. You know, somebody fucking nerves. Shut your ass up. I'm going to come back and roast her ass in a little bit. I need to go and get Carter situated. I'm going to go get Carter situated so that he can get, what time is it? Oh, it's bath time. All right. I'm getting ready to go get Carter situated. And once he gets situated, his pajamas and stuff on, read him a book, and I'll be back. I will be back. And we're going to be talking about that. All right, got you. I'm going to be talking about that couch chasing ass bitch. I'm watching you. I'm going to get her motherfucking ass watch. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this live, y'all. I'll see y'all back shortly. There's going to be a Tracy live coming up. Got something for her regular ass. Damn, if my phone keep buzzing. The hell is going on? I need to get me another phone. ASAP. What time is this shit? I might just have to go get me another goddamn phone today. Because this shit, let me go see. Can't mock nobody. Getting on somebody's motherfucking nerves. These bitches make me sick, girl. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and end this live. I will catch up with y'all a little bit later. I'm focusing. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me show y'all something before we leave. I want y'all opinion and tell me if you like it or not. All right. Yeah, go ahead and make dinner. Before you leave, though, I want your thing. Tell me, let me know if y'all like this. All right. If y'all like this as our shirt logo, tell me if you like it. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Do y'all like that as our shirt logo? You like that? Do y'all like this as our shirt logo? Oops. All right. It's going to have on here. It's going to have some words on here. Like right here. Like okay. I got one for the kings too. I got one for the kings. All right. Well, I'm working on this logo for our shirts. In the meantime, I'm about to go roam and put hey Tay, how you doing? I'm about to go and get ourselves together. Get our get him together for bed tonight and get him situated so he can be in bed so I can come back and laugh and joke with y'all tonight. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Be safe, be blessed, and remember, if you ain't cute, bitch, can't be cute. Bye.